Let's take a look on the contaminants in milk. When taking adulteration, the presence of residues of pesticides, heavy metals, antibiotics, aflatoxins, etc. in excess quantities indicates adulteration. As these residues are not inherent to milk, so directed measures should be employed so that these residues can be eliminated, and even if they are present, their level does not exceed the established standards. Insecticides or pesticides are chemicals which are used to kill the insects or pests. So when used in an excessive amount, obviously it has harmful effects. So the farmers must be trained on behalf on its chemical and harmful effects. The dairies should have a proper infrastructure like gas liquid chromatographs having electron capture detector to detect organochlorine pesticides like DDT, HCN, aldrin, etc. This is only possible if we have the commitment and an infrastructure which maintains to check the residue levels. The use of certain pesticides have been prohibited as these residues of the chemicals may pass into the milk. Certain sprays used for crops also is being prohibited, which was eaten by the milch animals because they may be recovered in the milk supply. During 1960s, it was reported that milk frequently contained pesticides. However, their levels were well below the safety limits. Some reports in India have indicated that the residues of the pesticides do sometimes exceed the permissible limit prescribed by Prevention and Food Adulteration Act. Nowadays, antibiotics is being used in the treatment of animal diseases, and the milk from treated animals is not supposed to be used for human consumption, at least for about 72 hours following the treatment. If the milk from the animals is taken before the 72 hours period is being completed, the residual antibiotics may be detected in the entire supply. These antibiotics may enter the milk or other dairy products and has serious health implications, and hence they must be used only as specified. Penicillin apparently has greater influence on public health than other antibiotics in common use, and thus has held the main interest in developing test procedures for residual antibiotics. Toxic industrial chemicals are of abundant harmful effects. Heavy metals such as lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic have been reported in milk and milk products. These environmental contaminants are harmful if ingested above the concentration level prescribed by the PFA. Lead and mercury are most frequently studied because they have been the cause of infant poisoning through milk. Lead is the single most common heavy metal pollutant of environment. In general, urban dwellers are at a greater risk than the rural residents. Higher values of lead in milk of urban population compared to rural ones are higher values in colostrum compared to mature milk have been reported. At world level, concerns are being expressed for their harmful effects, and their prescribed limits are being lowered frequently in order to ensure that the food available to the consumers is safe. Aflatoxins are fungal metabolites found as toxic contaminants in the foods. Aflatoxins are produced by the common molds such as Aspergillus flavus, Aspergillus parasiticus, and so on. These can be secreted in milk by the milch animal which has been fed with aflatoxin containing feeds. Now finally moving on to the physical contaminants in the milk and milk products, and these could be found in the form of metal fragments, glass pieces, insects, etc. When consumed unknowingly, these can cause choking or perforation in the alimentary tract. If proper care is taken during production, transportation, processing and handling the milk and milk products, this physical contamination also could be avoided. Thank you all for watching the video.